Hello and welcome to News Daily. I'm Sarah Allen, and over the next 2 weeks I'll be bringing you daily updates of all the movements in and around the Holden Centre. Well, every year the NAB AFL Trade Period sets the rumour mill in overdrive, and this year is no different. Collingwood Media's Sam Gaston was in the thick of the action at Etihad Stadium this morning as clubs officially met for the first time.
Thanks, Sarah. Well, the madness of trade period is well and truly underway, with all clubs arriving at Etihad Stadium this morning. Derek Hine and our list management team arrived shortly after 9 a.m. Unusually, Collingwood enters today's first day of tradings with few headlines surrounding who will come and go in the next 2 weeks. One name previously linked to the club was Greater Western Sydney's Devon Smith. Now, Smith has nominated Essendon as his desired club, but former teammate Taylor Adams told The Age over the weekend he'd still love to play with the attacking midfielder if a trade between the Bombers and Giants falls over. Well, Sarah, from now all clubs will deal remotely before they reconvene here at Etihad Stadium on the final day of trading. What happens between then and now, we're about to find out.
This may very well be a quiet time of the year for our players and coaches, but our list management team is hitting its straps as it prepares for any list changes that may take place over the next few months. Prior to the commencement of the trade period was the AFL Draft Combine, held late last week at Etihad Stadium. National Recruiting Assistant Dominic Malisi described the type of player we'll be looking for and also made note of a very familiar Collingwood name.
Obviously Paddy Naish is here, who's the son of Chris. He's eligible for Richmond as a father-son, and Tyler Brown's here as well, who's obviously Gavin's son and brother of Cal. But of course the way the system works these days, that they've got to be assessed just like any other player in the draft pool. So we're just looking at them like the other 83 players here at the moment. Yeah, so basically we'll sort of take stock early next week. Obviously the list management team will be busy during the trade period. And then once we definitely know what selections we've got and how many, then we'll sort of sit down again and really work out the band of players that are likely to fall in those picks. And then we'll start working out if we've got to do any follow-up stuff, whether it be additional interviews, referee checks, more medical, go back and watch their vision, and really start working out a bit of an order for November.
Well, day one of trade period is just about in the books, and there's little completed and is still a lot in the works. Jackson Trengove officially joined the Western Bulldogs as a free agent via Port Adelaide in the only deal finalised today. The Gold Coast Suns were busy. Their list manager Scott Clayton said it's more than likely Gary Ablett Jr. will return to Geelong via a trade, while Adam Saad is also expected to depart and become an Essendon player as early as tomorrow. He may very well be joined at the Bombers by giant Devon Smith and maybe the Western Bulldogs' Jake Stringer. Well, what comes next we'll soon find out. Join us tomorrow on News Daily for a complete wrap of day 2 of the NAB AFL Trade Period. Go Pies!